and hopefully it looks better on your guys' end. So we can see that Madison changed it up a little bit. They have the D.Va instead of that Zarya for a little bit more of an aggressive team composition here. The rest of them stayed the same. So now Madison is taking that side route to begin with here. We'll see how that plays out for them. The Franklin team is really standing pretty far back here. So it looks like they're going to try to go to the other side. They don't really want to go head-on into their defenses here. Looks like my fix didn't quite work, and we're still getting a little bit of lag going on here, but it's a little bit better than before. We get one elimination. We got that Symmetra, but then the Reinhardt gets eliminated from Madison's side, and they're going to need that as their front line, unfortunately. So you see the Reaper did get an elimination there, and also the Junkrat got an elimination as well. Wow, gets launched up in the air to avoid that Reinhardt. A great play by Ghost. And now the Reaper is going in there into the Immortality Field, unfortunately, but it baited it out. So now he's going right back in. Does get eliminated, unfortunately, and the ultimate actually comes down. The hammer comes down from the Reinhardt. Only gets one. And this is definitely a gritty fight right here. But Madison is losing numbers at the moment, and I don't know if they're going to be able to win this next fight. They're going to have to try to regroup a little bit here and go in as a team. We got the resurrection from the Mercy to sort of counteract those load times. It looks like they are waiting for that Reinhardt, and the Mercy needs to come back here. Ooh, that was a tough hit right there. Ooh, we get the amplification field actually coming out from the Bastion, but Franklin's probably just going to hide from them. Oh, but that ult comes out and really only gets the elimination onto the Immortality Field. But a good pick nonetheless. Oh, and the hammer comes down, but it misses actually. Oh, and Madison was so close. Prex tried to get that ultimate off, and that would have been a 6-man, probably, ultimate right there, but it just doesn't go off and he gets eliminated beforehand. Alright, now Madison has 1 minute and 40 seconds. They need to think about trying to get on that point. The Franklin team is doing a great job of defending right here. So we get the ultimate coming out from the Mercy for the extra healing, and Madison's going to try to make a good push here. Get the Reinhardt charging into him. Ooh, and the ultimate coming out from both of the Reapers. That is just so many eliminations on both sides. Basically just a couple people on each side that's left. Ghost is trying to get that elimination on the Reinhardt. Is it going to be enough, though? Madison is not going to be able to do it. They still have 3 left there. That was just so much going on all at the same time. But it just wasn't enough. This is probably going to be Madison's last push for this point. If they don't get it here, they probably are not going to get a second chance. They do have the D.Va ult, which could come into play here. They're all grouped up, so a well-placed D.Va ult could change the tide of this round. Oh, and the ultimate comes out. Gets no one there, unfortunately, because of the Immortality Field. But that Riptire comes in and gets 3. And now Madison is really coming out here strong and gets a team elimination again. Wow, they just come out of nowhere and just eliminate the entire team, and they're going to definitely get this point. So now they're going to get a little bit extra time. They get 2 minutes and 33 seconds to try to beat the time, the distance that they got, that Franklin got last round here. Oh, we got the shield coming out. It's kind of misplaced, honestly, though. We have the Reaper in the backline here. Is he going to win that fight? He chooses not to try. We have the hammer coming down, though, and it gets 3 from Madison, but the ult comes out from the Zarya as well, and that's just a whole lot of stuff coming out from the Franklin side. But the Reinhardt does get revived here, so he'll be able to protect his team a little bit longer. The Junkrat's still pumping in that damage, and they do get the Symmetra. So Madison might be turning this one around. Gets the second one here. But the Reaper does finally go down. And the Reaper... Oh, wow. That Junkrat does a lot of damage. Now they're moving this very fast here. They have that teleportation, but they're going to eliminate that pretty soon here. Now they really just need to go a little bit further, and they have 1 minute and 27 seconds to do so. They're going to have their full team back, and they have 4 ultimates against their 0. They should be able to do something here. And we got the Reaper ultimate coming out, but is countered by the Lucio ult. But it doesn't matter because he still gets that elimination. And now Madison is ahead by 1. We got the fire in the hole coming, gets another elimination onto the Zarya. Oh, but we have these Reaper coming out from Franklin's side here. And Madison cleans it up though, and they're going to make it to the end here, I think. Really only the Bastion is here to try to prevent them. Oop, I got stuck behind the sign, and they do it. They win this round. And so Madison is ahead 1-0 against the Franklin Shogun. We got the play of the game from Ghost here. Probably one of his many great Riptires that have almost always been on target here. We got 2 eliminations here, and then he's just going to be shooting in more, getting another elimination. And yet another one, it looks like, with the help of his team. And just look at those objective kills from Ghost. And actually we got that that Baptiste from Luigi doing a bunch of work there, a bunch of healing coming in. And just a great overall game from Madison here. And so with that first round done, we will be right back after a short break.
A couple of sets of grandparents have been following the team online. We all get in the chat room and give our high fives virtually. And so we're getting our own jerseys for the family. As soon as we saw the one that he got, we all wanted our very own.
That person right there, that's my son. They just wiped out the rest of the team.
That's play my Noah! And somehow
We would get together and watch the Twitch stream like it was a professional event.
I have this cool jersey, I have this cool armrest. They made really close new friends through gaming, and this was an opportunity for them to be part of a team.
get the right ball. Right down.
You get to feel like we're actually in the big leagues.
Good game.
Alright, welcome back to round number 2 of the Marvels vs. Shogun matchup here. We are on Eichenwalde, and this one is a interesting map. Right off the bat, we have a very large choke point here. Madison will be the ones who are attacking first, so they will have to go through this corridor first. There's a couple of different options to get through, but not that many, and they are easily covered by the Franklin team if they so desire. And they do have to get all the way over here, capture this point right here with that giant gun tank looking thing. From there, they will move it to the end of the map, going along there and into the giant castle here. So we will see how they handle this one. It looks like Madison is coming out. Frost with that Doomfist again. Seen him play that quite a bit more than that Reaper. Looks like he's going back to that. But everyone else is sticking with what they know And you can see the Symmetra from the Franklin team put a lot of turrets rear on this backside here, and they do a lot of damage. So as soon as Madison comes through here, they're going to get hit by all of that damage. It looks like Madison's actually going to try to avoid that. They already know what's coming for them. And the Franklin team is just using a lot of AoE at the moment just to try to prevent them from pushing up, really. And so far it's doing a pretty decent job, but with the Reinhardt in the front line, nothing is going to stop this Madison team here. Ooh, and that was a great knockup, wow, from that, but the beams from that Symmetra just do so much damage and got most of the Madison team there. And that was definitely not a good engagement for the Madison side there, but they did end up getting pretty even on those charges for ultimates here. Franklin's a little bit ahead, but not by too much. Now Madison's coming back up here using that Reinhardt to get across, but ooh, but that Mercy got sniped from the Reinhardt. Yeah, this is going to be a tough nut to crack. Franklin's team composition is definitely in favor of that defending playstyle, it seems. But they have sort of gotten through the initial thing, maybe not. Gonna back up a little bit again. Ooh, we get the hammer coming down. It only hits the one there, and the damage field comes out. Plus the Riptire, but gets 2 eliminations right there. Another great Riptire by Ghost right there. But wow, that Junkrat on the enemy team just did so much damage there and eliminated the rest of Madison. Moving the perspective of Luigi here. A lot of healing coming out from the Madison side to keep them all healthy. We have the Madison team trying to come from their left side again, but it's just not going to work for them. We have a little bit of a change-up, it looks like. Ooh, and the hammer comes down again from... Wow, that was a lot of ultimates coming out from the Franklin side yet again. And that was a wombo combo that Madison really couldn't get out of. Now Madison is going to have to try to get this first point, otherwise the Franklin team just has to get 1 tick up on that point in order to win. I think we got the Sombra in the back line here. Madison is now making a good push here. We got the ultimate coming out from a bunch of different players here. We got that immortality field that actually saved Madison there. A great use from that by Luigi. And the hammer comes down from Madison as well, and it looks like they're going to win this next engagement, and they're going to be able to get this point. The spawn point for the Franklin team is just too far away. Actually, somehow he gets there for a little bit, but it's not going to be enough, and Madison does get that first point secured. And now they have 2 minutes and 35 seconds to start pushing this to the end of the point. Now you can see, once again, those Symmetra turrets on the other side of this corridor. They don't really have another choice this time, but this, wow, the Sombra by Ghost, or not by Ghost, by Frost actually eliminates them. A great use of that invisibility to get behind the enemy lines, eliminate those turrets. Looks like the Junkrats just eliminated each other, but the Madison side gets revived. The hammer comes down, doesn't hit anyone actually. But Madison is losing their numbers pretty quickly here. They still have their damage, so they might be able to come back here. But the Sombra goes down, and it's just the Junkrat. But the Junkrat is just doing so much damage right now. It actually keeps the team fight alive for the rest of the team from Madison to catch back up. And now they should be able to eliminate these 2 out of position players. Maybe not. They might be able to turn around this corner, but they're definitely going to try. Not going to be enough though. That healing. though. Frost might have different to say about that. The ultimate comes out, but Madison, quick reactions, get that elimination. Got the ultimate coming out from Frost, hacking everyone around him, so they can't really do anything about what's about to happen to him here, and Madison cleans them up. Right there, a great use of that ultimate from Frost to make sure that the rest of his team really had the ability to just absolutely pump in that damage using their abilities freely, while the other team could just use their guns, and that's about it. And sometimes that's just not enough. Sombra goes in there. Ooh, the amplification field comes out from the Franklin side. That's a pretty good point, and Madison is a little bit caught out, not able to find much cover there. But not too much happened. The Franklin side might be winning here, though, as Madison's numbers start to deteriorate. And they only have 30 seconds. They just need to push this a little bit farther. Oh, we got the ultimate coming out from the Zarya, but that's not going to do a whole lot. Dreamer probably just trying to stall them a little bit longer. Now they have 14 seconds to get back on this point and try to move it forward. We have the Riptire from Ghost, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Oh, but Frost gets there with the Sombra, and it's maybe not going to be enough for them to get onto the point. Unfortunately, it is not. Franklin uses all they can to prevent them, and they just did not have enough time to get it to that last point. But they did get that first point secured and got it most of the way to that second one. So now Franklin is going to have to come back and move it to at least this position here. And so now with Madison on the defending side, they do change it up a little bit. We got the Brigitte instead of the I already forgot the other one's name. Instead of the guy with the immortality field, we got the Brigitte, which has a shield, and the ultimate is a rally point where everyone around him gets increased attack speed. You got more damage from everyone around him, and they heal a little bit as well, move a little bit faster. So now we'll see how Franklin team deals with moving past this difficult first choke point here. Madison is choosing a little bit of a different approach, but still using a bunch of that AoE to try to defend. Wow, that was a great hit from the Reinhardt, but it just wasn't enough as they healed most of it back. They do get one elimination there from the Junkrat, all those bombs just bouncing around. Eventually they'll find their target. We have a really awkward position to view here. We got Madison still eliminating more of them. They deleted their front line, and so now they don't really have anything to push up with. And they're going to have to defend here. The Doomfist gets eliminated, but since he's such a fast character, it shouldn't be too much of a problem, and he'll be able to get back fairly quickly here. You see from the perspective of the other side. Now, Franklin's really going in there strong. Got the immortality field going on. But we got that fire in the hole once again. We've seen Ghost use it so effectively. He does get the healer out of the way. And we got the resurrection coming from Brux. And the hammer comes down, but it doesn't hit anyone. I think that was a panic ultimate from the Franklin side there. Madison now is fairly large lead against them for the ultimates here. And we got the meteor strike coming down from the Doomfist, and he's just going in there doing a whole bunch of work, but he does end up getting eliminated. That was a very aggressive play by Frost, but one may say that it was worth it considering he did get an elimination from it. When that fire in the hole comes out from the enemy Junkrat, does get 2 eliminations there. Some pretty key targets from the Madison side, but you can see that the other Riptire coming out gets 2 eliminations as well. So really just traded shot for shot right there, and the Franklin team is really going in there. But the ultimate comes out from the Zarya. A great job to stall them a little bit there and allow the Doomfist to get a bit of damage along with that Junkrat. The Junkrat plus the Zarya combination is just so good because of all that splash damage that Junkrat can put out. And wow, Madison is just hitting their shots today, and that Junkrat is putting in so much damage right now. And once again, they clean up that Franklin assault, and now Franklin just has a minute left. And so if Madison can defend them for that long, they will win this next round and the match as a whole. So Madison's probably going to put everything in there. Wow, that was a great hammer coming down, but the hammer comes down from Madison's side afterwards and kind of completely eliminates that push there. And Madison Marbles are really doing a great job of pushing them back there. They Franklin wasted another ultimate, 2 ultimates, wow, and Madison just has so much going for them now. They tried to do a cheeky little sneak behind, but it did not work out for the Franklin team. Now they only have 30 seconds left. This is probably going to be their last push right here, and already the Meteor Strike is going to come down by Frost, and I don't know if that was a good idea. He probably should have gone right down on top of those turrets, but the Junkrat, again, by Ghost, just gets so many eliminations every single time, and now he's coming in here for the battle, does get eliminated himself, and Franklin might actually be able to capture this point, and I think they're going to. Exact same thing happened for the Marvels team, and now Madison is going to just try to defend them for as long as possible. Right now we got the Reinhardt defending. Wow, that Doomfist got extremely low there. But when the hammer comes down onto Madison, and they are going to have to retreat. That Junkrat just throwing the bombs everywhere. And that Junkrat Riptire is coming out, and they managed to get it just in time. Wow, that was a really close one there. That would have gone off. That would have probably eliminated 3 there. Wow, that was a incredibly well or bad timed ultimate, depending on which way you look at it. Ooh, but again, the Junkrat comes out, gets 2 eliminations, going to slow down that push a little bit, but Madison's going to have to do a little bit more to prevent them from getting this push. You can see that the Doomfist is coming in there, doing a bunch of damage. That Junkrat out of the way. And the Meteor Strike comes down, getting that Symmetra as well. And Madison might be able to clean this up. That Symmetra is doing a lot of damage though. But it's only the Lucio left now, and they're going to be able to defend that right here. And so now the Franklin team is probably only going to get 1 more shot at this. You can see they need to make it all the way over there. Madison's going to be full and ready to go. They don't have any ultimates available to them at the moment, but the Junkrat ult is about to come up, and he's just throwing those shots in there just to try to get that charge. He's like almost there. He's at 90%. Oh, and the ultimate comes out from the Zarya, which gets a couple of ults here, but the Junkrat ultimate again from Ghost gets 3 eliminations. And that's going to change the tide of the fight, and Madison eliminates them there for a team elimination, and that is going to be the game right there. There is no way they get back to that. And yeah, I don't know if you guys could hear in the background, but that is a happy team from Madison. If you've been following us for a while, you know that they haven't actually won a full match yet, and for them to win this week here is definitely something special. They pulled out all the stops, and you can see the ultimate coming out from Ghost here to get that triple elimination, and then gets another one actually to cancel the other Junkrat. And just like that, Madison comes out on top. Just look at that amount of damage from Ghost, and the amount of deaths prevented from Luigi there with the Baptiste is just incredible as well. And so we will be right back with a interview with one of the players. I'm sure they have lots to say about this game, so stay tuned for that.
Those hands and lights can't stop me. I'll just hold on for dear life. Yeah, I can't give up this feeling that I get when looking down from the sky. Now with you, now with you, the sky.
Alrighty, welcome back everyone. I got everyone for an interview, not just one person. So we'll start over on the right side here with Frost. How you thought the game went in general? I know it's you guys' first win of this season and last season too, so it's a big win for you guys. Just a little insight into how you guys feel right now.
I think Brawl Comp helped us a lot, especially with both healers did an amazing job. And
yeah, I saw that.
Game awareness was incredible.
Exactly. Luigi, you had a lot of healing with that Baptiste. You want to talk a little bit about how you get that much healing? I think you get like 15,000 or something like that in that second round.
Yeah, every time we get in a fight, I like click as fast as I can to right click and press shift.
Yeah, that's amazing. I know that we haven't really seen Baptiste do a lot of healing in like a lot of the other games, so being able to see him do really well, and those immortality fuels were definitely clutch as well. What were your guys' favorite plays? That's, I think, what everyone else wants to hear. I know there's a lot of good plays. Does anyone have any favorite ones?
I would say the clutch we did on the second round.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Lucas.
Yeah, all those rip tires coming in. You got anything to say about those rip tires? There's a lot of them that you average probably around like 2 to 3 kills at every rip tire. Yeah. And so, anyone else have any final comments about the game? Otherwise, we'll move on to the next match for the Eagles. No? Well, anyways, congratulations to you guys, and we will be back next week for the Marbles. Hopefully we make that 2 wins, and yeah, stay tuned for the next game coming up in just a few moments here. Will be commentated by Cody, and yeah, it'll be the Eagles versus the Franklin team again. Not the Shogun, but a different team, the Nomads. So stay tuned for that, and we will be back